Most people are ruled by emotions, but the ones who master them, they become unstoppable. Here's what happens when you control these three powerful emotions. Your entire life changes. Ion was a bright, talented boy with a strong spirit, but his biggest weakness was his anger. It came fast and loud. If someone disagreed with him, he would snap. If something didn't go his way, he'd shout, throw things, or walk away in frustration. His parents tried to guide him gently, teachers warned him, and friends slowly began to avoid him. But Ion thought his anger made him powerful, that it showed strength. One day at school, he was part of a team, competing in a big quiz competition. His team was doing well until one of his teammates answered a question wrong. Without thinking, Ion stood up, shouted at him in front of everyone, and stormed off. The audience went silent. The team lost not just the round, but respect too. Later that night, sitting alone in his room, Ion felt something deeper than anger. It was shame. He remembered the faces of his friends, the embarrassment on their expressions. In that moment of silence, something inside him changed. He realized his anger wasn't power, was a weakness that controlled him. From that day, he made one simple promise to himself. Whenever he felt anger rising, he would pause and take 10 deep breaths. It wasn't easy at first. His mind still flared up, but the pause gave him space to think. Slowly, people noticed a difference. He started listening more, reacting less. His friends came back. Teachers praised his calmness. He didn't become soft, he became stronger. Now, when others lost control, Ion remained still and composed. And in that calmness, people saw a different kind of power. Not the loud kind, the kind that made others stop and pay attention. Ion had learned the first secret to becoming truly dangerous, mastering his anger. As Ion grew older, he became known for his calm presence and quiet confidence. He had learned to control his anger, but life wasn't done testing him. In college, new emotions began to challenge him: fear and jealousy. When his best friend landed an internship at a top company, Ion congratulated him with a smile, but deep inside, he felt a sharp sting of jealousy. He began comparing himself, questioning why he wasn't chosen. Soon after, Ion failed an important exam, and fear gripped him tightly. Thoughts of not being good enough, of falling behind, echoed in his mind. But this time, Ion didn't let the emotions take over. Instead of reacting, he sat with them. He didn't run from jealousy or hide from fear. He looked at them honestly. Every time jealousy whispered that others were doing better, he reminded himself, their journey is not mine. And every time fear crept in, he told himself, this feeling will pass, and I will grow from it. Slowly, those emotions began to lose their power. While others were chasing attention or breaking under pressure, Ion remained grounded. He focused on his own goals, worked in silence, and trusted the process. People started noticing something different. He wasn't the loudest, but his presence was felt. He didn't brag, but his results spoke for him. He didn't panic, but he always made progress. The calm in his eyes, the quiet strength in his actions had inspired others. Ion had discovered that when you control fear and jealousy, you unlock a level of focus and freedom most people never reach. And in that silent strength, he became truly dangerous, not in a way that hurt others, but in a way that made him unstoppable. The kind of person life could not shake. Years passed, and Ion had grown into a man of quiet discipline and deep strength. But life had one final emotion to test him with: ego. As he started achieving success, people praised him, admired his calmness, and followed his example. He became a leader in his field, respected for both his wisdom and results. But slowly, ego began to creep in. It wasn't loud, it was silent, flattering, and dangerous. Ion started believing he was always right. He found himself ignoring advice, thinking he didn't need help. One day, during an important project, He rejected a teammate's suggestion without listening. The project failed not because of a lack of effort, but because of one person's unchecked pride. That night, Ion sat alone, again like he had years ago after the quiz competition. He realized something important. Ego is the final enemy. It arrives when you think you've mastered everything. It whispers that you're above others, that you no longer need to grow. But Ion remembered who he was, the boy who once burned in anger, froze in fear, and drowned in jealousy. And now, ego was just another emotion trying to take the wheel. So, he did what he had always done. He faced it. He apologized to his team. He asked for help. He humbled himself. And that changed everything. Ion didn't become less by letting go of ego. He became more respected, more trusted, more powerful. In that moment, he understood the final truth. The most dangerous person is not the one who controls others, but the one who controls themselves. Anger, fear, jealousy, ego. He had faced them all, and in mastering them, he became unstoppable, calm in chaos, silent in storms, and powerful in peace. His journey wasn't about defeating the world, it was about mastering the war within. This story inspired you. Like, comment, and share it with someone who needs it. And don't forget to subscribe to the Stoic Machine for more powerful lessons and timeless wisdom.